Hello and welcome back to Tommy's Top Picks Weekly Roundup podcast, episode 189. I'm your host, Tommy, joined by John.
How's it going?
We got a lot to talk about today.
Too much stuff.
We're going to quickly move things along. We're going to talk, we drafted Spider-Man, so we did that. It was super fun. We opened a Spider-Man collector box. We'll briefly talk about that. We also opened a play box in drafting and then afterwards. And then we're going to talk about 2026. We got the calendar that we've been wondering when we were going to get it. We got it. Mostly.
All the secret layers.
Secret layers are crazy. We can talk about those too. We got a new product coming, a draft night box. And we'll get into the economicals. Want to start with the Spider-Man draft? What did you think? We had, what was it?
Six
of us?
Yeah, six drafted, and I won, so it was fantastic.
Yeah, you beat me.
I did. I beat everyone except I feel like our one buddy Gary kind of threw it because he lost because I had flying, and I'm like, Gary's not the type of guy that loses track of that thing.
He would.
I don't know. I feel like
it was a long
threw the
day.
game. I thought he had me, and then he's like, "Oh no, you win," because I don't have anything to block the flyer. I'm like, wait, what? That's ridiculous. Anyway. So yeah, I guess he lost track of flying, and
there's no flying in Flesh and Blood.
Yes, he's not used to that, I guess. I don't know if that's true. I feel like it's fake, but whatever. That's fine. I beat him. I beat you. All our game was really good. That was back and forth until you ran out of steam. That was a really good fight. And that might be why you threw it, because he already played you and he didn't want to play you a second time.
Probably.
Would that be? No, I'm not sure.
No, we played twice. We played twice. Because we finished a game really quick.
Oh, that's right. I'm sorry.
I started with a hand with 2 land and decided not to draw a land for the rest of the game.
Oh, rough.
So then we re-racked it, and then I won pretty considerably.
But yeah, I did the Rakdos Mayhem stuff, and I got lucky on my draft color choice because the only other person taking red was taking high cost, and I was going low cost, or vice versa, I think. I don't know, whatever it was. And then, so I just got a bunch of stuff that worked really well with Mayhem. And then you were stealing all my black, which was sad, but it wasn't terrible because I got enough to make it work. And then
there really was. Like, I felt like there was always, I don't know, I feel like the color...
It was a good draft. Like, it's hard to say if it's good because we had 3 people at a 6 pod that didn't know what they were doing.
They ended up with solid decks, though. I was looking through them afterwards. Okay. They were fine. They were perfectly competent decks.
Okay, I was just curious. I was like, did we just luck out? Like, I felt like I lucked out having all the red stuff I wanted, and then the red black.
Well, there were only 2 people picked red.
Yeah.
So
and
red was pretty open.
You're the only other person that took black, right? So I was Chris in the most open.
Chris took black too.
Sweet. Oh, that's right. Yeah, that is why I ended up with less black.
Chris and I were both Demir.
That Rakdos worked out really nicely. I kind of ID'd that one as probably the most strong of the archetypes early on, like when we were looking at the Spider-Man sheet a while ago.
Yeah.
And I just kind of was like, it was in my first pack. I was like, yeah, this looks real good. So I just took those and just went with it.
Yeah.
Stuck with it, and it worked.
I just kept getting handed all these good villains in blue-black, so I was just like, all right, well, I guess we're doing this.
Yeah. I did. I remember passing some early on.
Yeah.
I almost grabbed that one in my first pack, and I think I passed it to you instead, the 3 cost guy.
Yep.
Yeah.
The Absolute Green Goblin or something?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, he was a legendary blue-black and 1.
Yeah.
I was like, that's good. And I was like, no.
Yeah. No, it was fun.
That's the connive. Blue-black is connive.
Conniving, yeah.
Connive, yeah. Yeah, and the Rakdos is the Mayhem, which was super good. There's so many high-cost red or red-black.
Just a bunch of payoffs to have a
for
bunch.
1. Yeah, and there's so many things to force discard. So it's like, yeah, I will get free stuff as long as I keep some mana open.
Yeah.
It was really good. It was fun. I liked it.
Yeah. I think the funniest part of the night was when 2 of the newer players were playing, and against each other. And one of the players played Anti-Venom, Horrifying Healer. And they read the card: when Anti-Venom enters, if he was cast, return target creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield. If it would be dealt damage, if damage would be dealt to Anti-Venom, prevent that much damage and put that many +1/+1 counters on him. And they were like, that should be illegal. It's a good card.
Some good cards.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, it was a lot of fun. We'll definitely draft it again. It'll be interesting to see how it does in Winston.
Yeah. But it was fun. It was good. I've heard mixed reviews from shops that the draft is good and people like it, but also just not as excited as the Final Fantasy groups, obviously.
Sure, it's a very different product.
Yeah, so I think shops are disappointed because they thought it would be Final Fantasy again.
Yeah.
And it's just not the same product. Like, one, it's a smaller set. All the things we've talked about over months, we've been like, look, it kind of got screwed with on its way to production, so it's going to be a little weird. And
I think it's
definitely not Final Fantasy. You know?
And its early lifestyle was supposed to be another Beyond box like the Assassin's Creed.
Yeah, when you do this like half in, half out design, it's gonna have some funkiness in the market, and I think that's what we're seeing.
Yeah, and that is exactly what we're seeing, because we've been keeping track the past 3 episodes, including this one. So we went from 680, or from down from 985 to 680, and then we went down further to 630, and now the collector box is at 531. It's getting tempting.
Yeah, I'm probably going to end up buying a collector box of Spider-Man.
Yeah.
I don't know exactly when I'm going to try to time the bottom. Stupid move, don't do this. No. But I don't care. And if I miss it, then I'll just be like, oh, well, I'm not going to get it like I originally wasn't.
Yeah.
And honestly, there's no cards that I'm like dying for, so I doubt I'll open this. It's almost certainly a shelf product that will just sit there and go up over time. So that's my thought on it. If I can catch a good price, I will. If I can't, that's fine too.
Yeah. And the only reason I was able to open one was because I got a good price on from the local store.
Yeah, you will probably not see that price again.
No.
So you're fine no matter what.
Yeah. And it's me. I got to open one Spider-Man box.
It's Spider-Man.
Spider-Man.
One of the drafters was there because it was Spider-Man.
Yeah.
He's like, I don't know. I played Magic once.
Yeah. But Spider-Man.
He's like, but Spider-Man, and this is fun. He's like, and he built his deck around the theme of the characters and stuff. He's just like, yeah, I don't know what I'm doing, but I like these characters do these things, right? I'm like, that's fine. That's cool. And it worked.
Yeah. And then the play box went from 205 down to 180, down to 175, now down to 160.
Yeah, which is, you were saying that's around shop break even at that point?
Yeah, after fees and shipping. That's about store cost. Which is awesome.
That's rough. It's rough that it's so low, though, for a store.
Yeah, but at the same time, it seems like they exist and are out, opposed to other play boxes that...
Yes, it's available.
And I wonder if we're just entering into this new cycle where here's what's available now.
Yeah, that was the thing I read, is that stores were kind of surprised post-release day. This was the first one in a while where there's still product on the shelves. I think the last 4 or 5 sets, everything sold out immediately, and then they had to restock at stores, small stores. But whatever. We kind of said this a few months ago, that this is a weird one. It's going to act differently. I think people are going to overestimate it. Because of Final Fantasy's success, and seems to be playing out exactly that way.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. I really enjoyed it.
It's fine. It's a good set.
Yeah, it is.
It's got good stuff in it. It's not a powerhouse. That's my understanding of the power creep for the standard, I guess, cycle of stuff. They're like, this one's not super strong compared to other ones, so that's probably a good thing. That they're not all super strong and just constant power creep, but that will impact it too, I imagine.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. We'll see. I think it really depends on the big hits of the box, of the collector box, and where those go.
Where they land on the single set.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, single prices. Yeah.
We shall see. We got our roadmap for 2026.
Crazy.
January we got Lorwyn Eclipsed. March
I'm
we
excited
got
about that one.
Unannounced Universes Beyond, probably TMNT. Um, April we got Secrets of Strixhaven. It's weird that they don't give us the closest one, like besides Lorwyn. Marvel Superheroes in June. The Hobbit in August.
Should call that.
Yeah, Reality Fracture in October, and Star Trek in November.
Yeah, I think we called that one too. And I know we called The Hobbit. We were talking about that like last week before.
Yeah, with Bilbo's birthday.
Yeah. I think we talked about Star Trek at one point, but I think it was more like tongue in cheek around this Edge of Eternity's release. Where we were like, well, what do they do? What if they do Star Wars or Star Trek? And like, we were like, yeah, they wouldn't do that, and they did. They did that.
They did it. They did the thing.
They did it. Lauren, I'm most excited about. They've previewed some of the cards, and the art is just awesome.
It
like
does look really cool.
weird, awesome art. Of course, these are going to be the fancy arts, but just the theme of these weird elemental god things seems pretty neat. And then obviously elves are a big factor in Lorwyn, so there'll be some really cool stuff around elf combos. And elves are a long-loved tribe, so anything that changes the way they work a little bit in a way that gets people excited about elves will lead to super elf decks like taking over standard and stuff like that. So we'll see. We'll see how that goes. It does look exciting. It is my most look forward to set of the year again. Hopefully this time it actually is. What I called for last year, and then they canceled it.
Yeah.
Don't know how I feel about Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Depends on the art style, I think.
Well, before let's stick with Lauren for a second. We know that there's a serialized card.
Yep.
It's the 1 of 500. It's the Bitter Bloom Bearer. 2 black. Black's getting a lot of love. Creature Fairy Rogue Flash Flying 1/1 at the beginning of your upkeep. If you lose 1 life and create a 1/1 blue and black fairy creature token with flying. What do you think?
Yeah. I mean, whatever.
Seems fine.
Yeah. Fairies and elves and elementals and stuff. It's going to be cool.
Yeah.
The elemental tribal is pretty weak, so this will be you might be able to actually make an elemental deck now with this. They have elemental wizards. They have what are the god looking things like the dragons? There's a dragon of the sun and moon. It flips elemental god. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Which there's a handful. I think right now there's like 6 playable elementals or something like that. Maybe up to 10. It's not many. It's okay. And then there's the ones that juice elementals, like I think Omnath creates elemental tokens or something like that. And so there's a few things with like elementals kind of work, sort of, but you can't really just straight elemental tribal. I think after the set you'll be able to.
Yeah. And it's also bringing with it a new product type starting in Lorwyn. The Draft Night. Grab some friends and prepare to draft with Lorwyn Eclipse Draft Night. Draft Night is a brand new product aimed at the fun and flashy Pick 2 draft format. Each Draft Night comes with the following 12 packs of play boosters, 1 pack collector booster, 90 non-foil basic lands, and 10 non-foil double-sided tokens, and a draft insert.
I think I missed the fact that it was a Pick 2 draft product.
Yep. It's
Is that the new thing?
Yep, because they are trying to make draft a thing and pointing it towards commander groups, because they're just like, hey, you can't get 8 people to play Magic with you, but you consistently get 4 for commander nights. What if you had a draft night? Here's your box that you just need 4 people and you have everything. So you have enough to draft with the play boosters, then the winner can take home the collector booster.
Yeah, that's smart.
The question is, how much are these going to be?
$90.
Yeah, these are going to be that $90, $100 what the draft box was, but
Yeah, that's
12
my guess.
packs and a collector.
Yep.
Yep. Which is really just 3 more packs than a bundle.
Yeah, so that kind of makes sense then.
Yeah. And a collector box.
Yeah.
Or a collector pack. Yeah. I think it's cool. I wonder how many come in a case.
You're gonna get a case of these things?
Well, no, I'm
I guess
thinking, like, do I switch from play booster
like, I get you. Yeah,
boxes,
yeah.
cases to this?
This being the draft product, and that's always been your thesis.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I get what you're saying. Yeah.
And then it has a little bit more bonus with the collector.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. This could be a product that I switch to. We'll see.
Yeah, I could see that. I get where you're coming from on it.
Yeah, because then it's like you open one box, it's enough for one draft, and then you don't have all the packs left over. Like you're using everything that you're opening, opposed to opening a play box, drafting a couple packs out of it, kind of a thing. But will require 4 people. But I don't know. I'm excited about it, but we'll see. We'll see how if collector packs stay crazy and this goes crazy because of that. I'm not sure, which I don't think it will. But and do they print these like crazy, or do they print them like the bundles where it's really just they print them at the beginning and that's it? Like, do these get reprints like play boxes?
Yeah. Is this going to be a overprinted product? That's a good question.
And with this, do they print less play boxes then? Is that why they've been printing less play boxes? Because they've been planning on doing this?
That would probably be good. Yeah. I don't know. We'll have to see how it goes.
This is another curveball where we're just like, we're trying to get enough information, but then they throw a curveball. This is a curveball, I think.
Yeah. I feel like they do that on purpose to keep it from being too easy to identify what's going on.
Trends, yeah.
Yeah. Which is probably good, because if it gets too figured out, then people abuse the market. So by changing the market constantly, you can't, like, it basically prevents scalpers from being maximum efficient.
Yeah.
And I'm not a fan of the word scalper, and I totally justify people doing what they do, but at the same time, like, if it gets too easy, then people will spend $10 million to game that part of the market if it's that obvious, right? So this does keep them from doing that to a degree.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. We'll see. It'll be interesting to see. Because every set next year will have, starting with Lorwyn, will have these products. We'll see what size they are, because it's also another thing. They could take up a crazy amount of space.
Pain in the butt to ship. Yeah, it's probably going to be inefficient to ship, so secondary sucks for it. Yeah. Also an anti-scalper move.
Yes. Yeah. And more things they can put in big box stores.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's under that $100 price point.
I love it's the Shocklands, right? When you pay 2 life.
Yep.
For Lorwyn. The art is phenomenal. I'm so glad they did this.
Yeah. They also did 60 card ready to play decks for it.
Oh, I missed that.
Yeah. There's an Angels and a Pirates. They're really pushing standard. Continuing to. And I'm glad.
Yeah, I'm just a fan of the art. I might actually buy like a box of this.
Like a play box?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll see. We'll see once they reveal some more cards. It's easy to get hyped in the beginning.
Oh, always. Always. It's so easy. But yeah, no, that'll be a fun one. Hopefully that gets rid of the January curse.
Yeah.
Of Aether Drift and murders the past 2 years. In that spot. But I don't think so. I think this will be different.
So, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles?
I mean, there's a lot of ways that they can go with that. It's an old IP with a lot of different reference material. Being that it's currently Nickelodeon owned, I'm concerned that they won't do like the '80s or any of the comic style, and they'll stick more to the cartoony style.
Yeah, there's been a couple of different cartoons, and some of them I wouldn't mind.
Yeah,
Some of them I would. So it just depends on what they choose. And honestly, similar to Final Fantasy, they could do all of it,
they
right? Where
could.
it's
They
like
could.
there's
Yeah,
just different types of art all throughout, and that's
that's what I
fine
hope
if
they
it's
do.
a good set. Yeah.
Yeah.
Assuming it's Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, which we don't even know.
No, that's just the rumor.
It seems like a reasonable rumor based on other hints throughout, but we'll
Yeah.
find out for sure.
Yeah.
Someday soon, hopefully, because it's coming.
In March, yeah, I would assume we'll find out relatively soon. I just
By
thought
the
it
end
was
of the
weird
year.
that we get like the one so close is the one we don't know.
Yeah,
But we
I'm
know all
wondering
the
if
others.
there's a licensing
Probably.
thing they're working out still.
Probably.
So last minute though. Could you
Yeah.
imagine if they didn't nail the license by now and they have to change it? Like what happens?
Omenpath, or whatever.
Yeah.
But then that's our March set, the unannounced Universes Beyond, and then we're going to Secrets of Strixhaven. So we're going back to Strixhaven, which is kind of cool.
I love Strixhaven setting. I'm not sure how I'll feel about this set. It definitely competes for my favorite for the year, depending on what we
Yeah.
see. Now we've gotten some Lorwyn leaks, but we don't have any real leaks from this, so I kind of want to reserve judgment on what I think my most hyped about until we're closer and I have a little bit of a sense of this one because I loved Strixhaven. Like
Yeah.
I went back and opened that stuff years later because I loved it so much, and I still have some products sitting on the shelf. And as soon as I saw this, I was like, I'm going to put the price higher.
Yeah. That's
Because
fair.
I was like, it'll probably sell out in correlation with this stuff getting hyped. And also, like the old stuff, assuming there's some synergies, I have to assume Magecraft is coming back, right?
You would
It's
think.
such a good mechanic.
You would
And
think.
then if there's synergies with the old cards, then the old stuff will sell. And again, I enjoyed opening it, so maybe I just open it myself because I had a lot of fun with that set. That was the set I went crazy with.
You
That
did.
was the set I went to a shop for the first time for.
Yep. Yeah.
And I drafted it, and I did a really good job because I like basically trained to go to this shop. I was like so excited. I like learned all the interaction mechanics and the color combinations, which I knew nothing about at the time. I was like, okay, black green does this. This is what you're looking for. Here's your, and I did a really good job for not knowing how to play in person.
Yeah. No, we'll definitely need to draft Strixhaven for old time's sake.
Yeah, that's where it's like, yeah, that might be fun. I think I still have a set box sitting on the shelf. Those are big, bulky ones.
Yeah. Yeah, the draft night product may be the product that I grab one of each set to. That's the opening fun thing. Because I feel like we would get 2 or 3 Winstons out of that, and then a collector pack.
Yeah. Yeah, that would be worth grabbing a few of those.
Yeah. But then in June we got Marvel Superheroes, which seems super bland.
So I gotta say, I think the rest of this we called, with the exception of Reality Fracture, which no one really knows what it is. We saw what's the gauntlet with the crystals?
The Infinity Gauntlet?
Yeah, the Infinity Stone Gauntlet thing, and we said they're gonna do more Marvels. Well, here we go.
Here's the next one.
Here's where you get the rest of the Infinity Stones or something, some set of them, right?
Yeah. And I think this is where we get the Commander products for Marvel.
Yes, which will be good. I think that would be fun. I like that idea. And then the Hobbit, we called that.
The Hobbit is where I'm going to be financially irresponsible again.
Again, now from the art that we've seen so far, I do like the art style. We'll see if it holds up through the whole set or how they do it, but it does look like that more classic art style.
It'll be really interesting to see what the Lord of the Rings products are doing around the Hobbit coming out.
Assuming there's synergy, same thing as Strixhaven. Assuming there's synergies, they will pop. Like what's left will sell. That's kind of how it goes with this like repeat. And you think about like what
that'll
we
be
did with
3
Flesh
years
and Blood.
from
It was the same thing. Yeah, whenever they cycled back to a realm, the old stuff popped.
Yep.
So that's just how it is. If there's synergies, if it's built in to act on the same thing. But I mean, come on. Tell me you're not going to have food-based synergies in the Hobbit set?
Yeah. No.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
That'll be good. That's exciting.
Yeah.
Probably more of the Nazgul stuff too, right? Because they were pretty heavy in The Hobbit.
No.
No?
No.
Oh yeah, that's right. No, Nazguls weren't in The Hobbit.
No.
That's right. They weren't in there at all. It
No.
was
A lot more
yeah,
dwarves.
yeah, the dwarves. Oh yeah. Dragon. Maybe.
Dragons.
Well, one dragon,
Smog,
really.
yeah.
And then what I guess elf stuff.
Could have elf stuff, yep.
Bombadil. He was in the book.
Was he in? He was in the Fellowship. He wasn't in the Hobbit.
I thought he was in the Hobbit too.
I don't think so. He's just in the Fellowship.
Yeah, maybe I'm mixing it up. I can't remember the books from the movies from the story. I read The Hobbit when I was like 12, so it was a long time ago. And I don't honestly remember the story as it was written anymore.
There's been so many iterations.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I'm excited. That's my thing. It'll be fun. Both my sets are back to back next year. It's gonna be rough. I wish they were spaced out a little more. It's fine.
It's fine.
Maybe it'll give it enough time, and then things won't be as crazy, and I can accumulate a bunch.
Yeah, it could be in a new phase at that point. It'd be crazy if we're another year of hype.
Right? If we're still...
It's not impossible, but it'd be kind of crazy.
Yeah. Because I'd like to be able to get a case of collectors for Marvel or The Hobbit. But we'll see.
Good luck.
Yeah, I know.
Those are both IPs that people collect just to collect IP.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, good luck.
Yeah, we'll see.
And Reality Fracture. Oh, lordy.
Yeah, you said you knew something about that? I heard something about that.
So Morrow said like one line on the stage about this. And he's like, we were able to do something we didn't think we'd be allowed to do, or something like that is how it was said. Some very vague like that. But the way people are interpreting that is, are they going to break the fourth wall, or whatever you call it, between the universes beyond and the in-universe, i.e. Jace and Chandra are going to meet up with the Hobbit and Transformers.
Yeah.
Like, if that's the case, I will probably throw my hat in and be done.
That's fair.
I was like, I cannot, like, it's one thing to have them as mechanics that play on the game, and like, that's fine. I've gotten over that.
Yeah.
Having a mixie like that, I don't like it. I don't like it. Now, there was another thing said that a villain you never expect, I think this was in the marketing material, a villain you never expect, or a hero you never expected to become a villain will become a villain, or something like that. And then there's an image of Chandra next to it, and then the image of Chandra got deleted. I guess it was too obvious. So the thought is that Chandra, which is a favorite fire, person in magic lore, turns evil. Some people were complaining that would be terrible because apparently she's a lesbian, which I didn't even know.
Yeah.
And apparently she's one of the few, which I also didn't know that. And so it'd be like the gay person becomes evil. That's terrible,
Yeah, but I mean,
I if that's the way it goes, like, one, get over it, people.
Yeah.
Two, like, I really hope that doesn't turn into a thing, because if that's a big thing, like, good God, like, in a life, good guys and bad guys exist in all forms. Like, get over it.
The hero that becomes a villain in Reality Fracture, just thinking sci-fi-ish. My brain went to Anakin Skywalker, the hero, becoming Darth Vader, the villain.
Yeah, like, whatever. This arcs like that exist in stories all over the place. Who cares?
Yeah.
Like,
their sexual orientation does not keep them from being a bad people.
Yeah, does not weigh on this, and nor should it be considered on either side, whether they're hetero or not.
They can do bad things and still be a bad person. Doesn't matter their sexual orientation.
Lord, it does. Yeah, exactly. That's the way I look at it. But at the same time, I understand where they're coming from, especially if it's a truly beloved hero, because it's them. They feel they're represented there. I get where it's coming from, but at the same time, I didn't even realize that was a thing.
Yeah.
So maybe my sensitivity is a little toned down because I didn't even realize it was a thing. But whatever.
It was a big thing in Aether Drift. Aether Drift was like Chandra was trying to get the spark for Nessa to save her heart or whatever.
Oh, okay.
That was the whole Aether Drift storyline recently.
I don't follow the storylines very closely.
I was for a little bit.
Yeah, you were. So we'll see. We'll see what happens on that one. I really hope Star Trek doesn't meet Chandra in space.
Because
There's so
then
many
after
places that
that's
make me very
October, and
upset.
then
Yeah.
November is Star Trek.
Yeah.
Star Trek I just view as like Doctor Who. I just don't care.
Yeah.
Just
Doctor
don't
Who
care.
and Doctor Strange meeting up with Dr. Liliana
And Doctor Octopus.
and Dr. Yeah, exactly. Like, no, please don't. Please
Yeah.
don't do that. Please don't do that. I will probably stop magic at that point. I can't do it. I can't. I was already not okay with a lot of this stuff.
Yeah.
And I got over it. And this, God damn it, does this schedule look like they did exactly what I was afraid of? They're overdoing it like they always do.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah. Give me a bear market.
yeah, right. This might be the thing that kicks it there.
Please.
And then lastly, Star Trek. Oh boy.
Yeah.
I'm not a huge Trekkie to begin with.
No.
I'm more of a Star Wars guy.
Yes.
But I know there
are Star Trek collectors for sure.
Yes, there's huge Star Trek collectors. So it's like a reasonably smart IP.
Yeah.
With Edge of Eternity's introducing spaceships and stuff.
Yeah.
The mechanics will get revisited there. So I actually do like that part of it. I'm like, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Station and all that. Those mechanics get to be in Star Trek. And if you're a Trekkie, like you get to make your Klingon deck or whatever, right?
Yeah.
Like I get that.
Yeah.
That's cool. That's fun. Love it. Don't mix it in the rest of the universe if you can. That'd be ideal. I don't think it's a huge set. I think it's a popular set, but not like, it's definitely no Final Fantasy.
Right.
I think it's more along the lines of the Doctor Who crowd. In fact, I think those crowds mix quite thoroughly.
Yeah,
the
I could
Doctor
see
Who
that.
and the Star Trek crowd are the same crowd in my mind.
A lot of overlap.
Yeah, and I like the mechanic mix with Edge of Eternities because I really did enjoy Edge of Eternities, and you throw some Klingons in with your World Sea deck or whatever, and you might have some really cool stuff that works.
Yeah.
So from a gameplay standpoint, I'm like, okay, that's fine. I could throw some Star Trek spaceships into my space bug deck. Doesn't bother me.
Yeah. Yeah, and I'm gonna be starting to build a deck.
Oh yeah,
I might do that today.
Nice.
I was sorting some cards last night.
Is it going to be red go bird turn 1?
No, it may not even have red in it.
Tommy.
It may not even have red in it, just for that reason.
You like to win.
So then I can be like,
that's your goal.
Look, I don't have red on my deck. Don't attack me.
But the goal of winning is you got to be a little subtle when there's 4 players that can gain.
It's so funny you brought that up because I didn't even realize that it killed the discussion.
Oh no, you choked everyone in the room. It was hilarious. You could have dropped a pin. It was hilarious. Yeah, I like playing formats where your goal is to win or what you said something. It was so snarky, but it was so perfect. Everyone in the room just kind of because you can't argue with it.
Yeah.
And well, you can argue with it. And the thing is that if you try to win too hard, you become the target, so you lose.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
And so you have to play chess. You can't just go for the king. You have to work the board. And that's the way it goes. Like you have to work around the thing and you don't know what the other 3 decks are going to be. So you definitely will not be able to counter everyone. Well, that's not always true. Some decks do, but generally you can't. So something will be able to wreck you and you need to be cautious about that, which is not the way you play because you like to get games done as fast as possible.
Right.
That is just not how this works. And then the sub goal for the entire format, and always has been, is using cards you don't use often to do weird shit.
Yes. Yes.
And that's what most people are playing for. They want the thing to happen, whatever the thing is that they made their deck for. That's really it. That's the win, is doing the thing, even if you lose the game. Which, of course, that's not necessarily tied to winning. So,
no.
Again, playing a game where the goal isn't to win, because winning is relatively easy in EDH. You just create a 3-turn combo deck and you will win every time. And you will make no friends. Yeah. You play that deck once or twice and literally everyone will attack you immediately.
Yep. And then you stop playing that deck.
Yeah, and you will lose. That's the key. It's winning through subtle means. I know. It's a blue player thing.
I know. That's why blue always wins.
They don't. They definitely don't.
I know.
In EDH.
No.
They definitely drive the most salt in EDH, though.
Yes. Yeah, they make people quit.
They do make people quit.
That's why I'm making sure I have blue as one of my colors.
Tommy's like, I'm going to troll as much as possible.
Oh yeah, I have to.
And that's the key. It's the subtle art of the troll. It's just enough troll where people keep playing.
Yeah.
While also making them crazy.
Yeah. I might do Norman Osborn.
Yeah.
But it does have red in it, so.
That's fine. You can play red, just don't play like a red player. Like, don't go for the throat immediately, or everyone will slam you because they know you're going for the throat immediately. Like that's, and you can play multiple times. Like, I don't get to play, I just get killed right away. And it's like, yeah, but you bring out a deck that mills everyone's deck in turn 2. It's like no one's gonna let you do that. You will kill us all.
That was fun.
So, yeah,
that was fun.
Like when that starts happening, you become the target. That's the key: is to not be the target long enough to win.
Or I just make a mono white deck around anti-venom with like 30 different board wipes.
Yeah, there's other ways to do it. You can do it, and there is for a while there, actually fairly recently, there was some basically red go burr style EDH that it was just so fast it won. It actually just killed everyone. One of them was one of the Transformers. I don't remember the name, but he's all red, and he was the commander, and he did something where he like doubled the power of something or double striked everything or something. I can't remember, something like that. And then another one was kind of like the Winota style. You know how she brings shit out that is attacking immediately. Yeah. There's another one like Winota recently that was really good in EDH that people were building decks around, and they did. They just got overpowering within a few turns. People stopped playing against it because it's not fun.
Yeah, that's fair.
Goal is fun, not win.
Yes.
That's how I look at it.
Oh, I know. I do too. You don't play to win, Commander. You play to have fun.
Play to hang out with your friends and bullshit about Magic.
Yeah, and pretend like you don't want to win.
I don't want to win, honestly. I like being kingmaker more than winning. I think it's way more fun to be like, oh, this guy has a sucky deck. Let's see if I can get them to win.
Yeah.
This guy is way outclassed. Let's see if we can get him to the win. It's so hard.
Spider-Man 2099 was another choice that I was thinking about, but it's red. It's blue-red. As it's a 2/3, and from the future, you can't cast Spider-Man 2099 during your first, second, or third turns of the game. But he has double strike and vigilance. And at the beginning of your end step, if you've played a land or cast a spell this turn from anywhere other than your hand, Spider-Man 2099 deals damage equal to his power to any target.
Seems pretty good.
Mm-hmm. We'll see.
It's got enough of a limiter on it that's not like too aggressive.
Right. And it's only a 2 cost, so.
Yeah.
But then the other option's Amazing Spider-Man, which is white, blue, green.
So we don't have to go through it all because they showed a shit ton, but do you want to talk about some of the secret layer stuff?
Oh, yeah. Let's talk
There's so many they showed off. So I'm just going to list off one sheet that I'm looking at. It looks like Secret Layer plus PlayStation did video game crossovers are coming. Last of Us.
Yeah.
1 and
Joel
2.
Joel and Ellie look pretty good.
Yeah. God of War and Ragnarok. God of War Ragnarok. Uncharted. Horizon Forbidden West. And Ghost of Tsushima. I don't know how you say it. Whatever. Which was an awesome video game, by the way. All the art in these look awesome. If you love the IP, you're gonna love it, right? And then there's some relatively unique cards in different ones that seem fun, right? So I think these are wins, especially since it's limited. I imagine they're going to use this as a basis for what IP do we put into Universes Beyond next. I get the feeling they're using these as gauges to popularity to figure out what they can do a crossover for.
Yeah, what has more demand?
Yeah, because they've done it in the past and it makes sense. And then that was just the PlayStation ones. There was a whole bunch of other secret layer stuff. Oh, the Jaws thing. I love that Jaws. I think Jaws it's amazing. Looks good. The mechanic looks so cool with the blood basically pumping things up and like, yeah, it's cool. I love that.
The blood token's just chum.
Yeah, it chums up the water
Yeah,
or whatever,
yeah, yeah.
basically. Yeah, I love that. I love that. So cool mechanic. Awesome art. I love the art.
The art's
It is
pretty
not a
good.
blue card. I thought it was blue. I saw a big argument about how it should be
No,
blue. I was like, it is blue. And then I went back and looked at it. I was like, it's not blue.
no,
It's
it's
just
all
blue
red.
art.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's red. Yeah, it's like, oh, okay. But I love the art. I love it. Like, I kind of just want that card for that poster
yeah.
art. Like, I just want that. We'll see if I actually bother to get it, but it's one of those things I saw that I was like, yeah, I could get down with that. Like, give me that. Dwight Schrute.
This I'm tempted.
It's
This
so
I'm tempted.
ridiculous. So
The swords
ridiculous.
to plowshare. I want
There's
really
and
badly.
the Garuk one, it's so funny. There's like a little kitten and he's like in the
Oh yeah,
forest. It's the
yeah.
goofiest looking. You're just like, what the like first off, Dwight Schrute in the forest as a Recyclops eco-friendly. Like, where did this come from? What is this lore?
I love it so much.
He's just in the forest with a kitten. It's like that was not in the show. Why is this a thing? But whatever, it's fine.
None of this
It,
was in the show except
yeah,
swords to plowshare.
yeah. I feel like some of it's at least referenced,
Yes,
but
yeah, yeah.
this one I'm like baffled by. But it's fine. Whatever. Do you? Um, Kind of funny. It is one of those like tongue in cheek and
Yeah.
yeah, it's gonna get some people for sure. Dan, they did a whole set with that. That art looks amazing. Um, what was the other one that I thought was really cool? Oh, okay. So I'm not sure if I think it's really cool. It's kind of weird and creepy. The Furbies. I think it's hilarious. I think it's very weird. I don't know how I feel about it. I feel like they have to do a Gremlins crossover. If you remember those movies from like the late
Yeah.
80s, 90s.
So there's a
Uh,
bunch of Furby ones.
yeah,
The
yeah. It's like all
Due New Nola. Those I'm not thrilled with because they just look like color vomit. But the Secret Lair Furby The Gathering, where like Furbies worked into the different cards, I find
mhm.
hilarious.
There's so many. There's so many
Those
fun
are
ones.
funny because it's like they just put a Furby in a magic card,
Yeah,
opposed to Furby is the magic card.
yeah.
Like Tormenting Voice is incredible.
That's actually perfect for Furby too, because this
Yeah,
little thing can just go off.
yeah. Or like
Yeah,
the Odd Bodies where it's the Hullbreaker horror.
yeah,
That's incredible. Like those are so good. It's just the
yeah.
first ones that are awful. I would not pay if I was given these. I'd put them in a deck. I would never buy
Well, and
them.
that's the thing. That's why I'm like, this is fine because it's such a weird little thing,
Yeah,
and it will show up in some weird places, and it will be funny.
yeah, yeah,
It's fine. Like I'm fine with it. It's a little weird, but it's fine. And then the other thing that they announced, I don't know if this was Secret Lair or what. I think it's Secret Lair. Maybe I'm wrong though. Is the art Final Fantasy sets? You know what I'm talking about? They make a poster when you put them all together.
yeah, yeah, yeah. The scene sets.
And scene sets, yeah. So they're doing scene sets for various Final Fantasies. So like Final Fantasy 8, and then it has like the main characters doing a dramatic, poster,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like 8 cards or 6 cards or whatever, right? They have a bunch of those coming out, which those all look amazing. Like the art looks really good in every single one I saw, and I saw at least 3. So that's pretty cool, and that's definitely gonna sell well because of Final Fantasy's demand, as we've seen. So that one's pretty exciting. There was one that I was even interested in getting because one, I liked the art, and two, it was a Final Fantasy I actually knew. I think it was either 7 or like 4 or something. I can't remember which one it was, but it looked really good. The art was amazing. And it's that anime style art, which we already know is super popular. And then you have these dramatic, well, actually not all of them are. Some of them, I just found another one that was with the Black Mage that's actually more like an oil painting style art. That one's
Oh
pretty cool too.
man! Fun fact:
What's that?
Strixhaven. They're coming out with a novel.
Interesting.
They're restarting their novel line.
I will believe it when they do more than one because they've restarted it
Strixhaven
like 6 times.
Omens of Chaos.
That's neat. Yeah,
I'll read that.
it's a cool world, so it makes
Yeah,
sense.
yeah.
But yeah, bunch of anime stuff coming out too.
Oh, it comes with a promo of the Command Tower. The Command Tower promo.
Yeah, lots of products coming. It's gonna
Yeah,
be a busy year.
yeah, Yeah, it's gonna be something.
Yeah. Oh, the Chocobo box too.
Oh,
Chocobo
yep,
bundle.
yep.
Yeah.
With a special Chocobo pack.
Yeah. That looks fun. I saw some of the art. I think it was the Chocobo card in that set that they previewed, and it was a fun anime Chocobo style thing. It
Yeah.
looked fun. Yeah. We'll see how it goes. It's a lot of art options in Magic these days. Yeah, Paradise Chocobo, which is a bird of paradise. I love that. I love that card.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I decided on Miles Morales as my commander.
That was the black blue.
No, he's red, green, white.
Oh, I
So
read totally off.
he's a 1 and a green, 1/2. When he enters, put a +1/+1 counter on each of up to 2 target creatures. And then for 3 red, green, white, so expensive, but commander, so you'll get there. And you're in green. Transform and activate only as a sorcery. He becomes Ultimate Spider-Man. First strike and haste with camouflage. So pay 2, put a +1/+1 counter on Ultimate Spider-Man. He gains hexproof. So you can do this at instant speed.
Yeah.
So you can just, if you have 2 open, you can give him hexproof whenever you want. And he becomes colorless until end of turn. And then whenever you attack, double the number of each kind of counter on each spider and legendary creature you control.
Oh, that's crazy. Yeah, there's a couple of ways you can build that too.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah. And I pulled a foil. I pulled a regular and a foil of that. None of the fancy versions, but yeah.
Sounds like a good deck to build.
Yeah. It has my red. It has my green and white.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, maybe I'll do that today. Go through the cards and see, because I started sorting them last night, but I do. I wanted blue in it so that I could play the counter spell. Was the thing, because I pulled
Maximum assault.
that Doc Ock
Oh yeah, you
counter
did. You
spell.
pulled the Spider-Man
Yeah.
counter spell. That's such a good one. Like it's
It's
so
so
good.
good.
You
That and
have
the
to get it in
ponder.
there. Yeah.
I want to play as many of these like comic ones as possible.
Yeah, it makes sense. Yeah, that ponder was really good. That was the card. Remember
Yeah.
how I was saying on my first pack, I was like, do I draft this just for the art?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
That ponder, I was like,
Yeah.
it's blue and it's ponder, both things I love. I
Yeah.
have several special art ponders
Yeah.
specifically because I love that card and they've done some awesome art with it. And I was like, I love this, and I really should not draft this as my first draft, like my first pick. Like this is not the first pick in this pack. There's much better things, but it's so cool.
Yeah. 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 For sure.
Yeah. All right. Well, anything else on all the magic things? I'm sure
No.
we'll be revisiting all these topics as we hear more. And
Can't believe I'm building another deck, but yeah, here we are.
here we are. And build it digital too, so you can do the Friday Night Magics.
Oh, I'm going to.
Yeah,
I'm going to.
do that.
I'm going to. I'll have it ready. Do you use Moxfield or do you use that Architect thing?
I use Architect. Others use Moxfield, so they both work with TTS.
Cool. I'll look on there for some inspiration, I'm sure. But I'm sure other people are building Spidey decks.
Yeah, it's probably too new to have it settled on what the best way to do it is, but that's fine.
I'm not looking for the best
Gives
way
you
to do it.
inspiration.
Yeah, it looks like the most popular one is Norman, though, which makes sense. Then I could get my blue.
On to economics.
The economicals. Are we looking any better?
Yes.
Doomsday delayed.
Doomsday delayed. GDP grew in Q2. I think this was one of those, they went back and revised the numbers. So you know how I feel about how trustworthy this is becoming, and everyone's questioning it. But let's say in good faith that it is honest and done correctly or close enough. GDP grew at 3.2%, which is higher than expected by quite a bit, actually. I think it was expected to be like 2.0, so it's like a point and some more over that. And that's a very good sign. Now, again, anything with like a big broad stroke like GDP, you got to look under the hood and see what it makes up. It did seem very concentrated, and it still had downturns in areas like manufacturing in places that we've talked about that have been hit by tariffs. So like people's jobs are still going to be affected while it's growing. So this is kind of the financialization of our world and how that can harm individuals that have regular jobs and that sort of thing. But it is a positive sign in the opposite direction of the doom and gloom we were talking about and worried about. Um, on another side of the equation, car prices are dropping, which is
Good.
odd because of tariffs. Exactly. We've talked about the opposite for a while now.
Well, all the
Uh,
cars being repoed.
well, exactly. And
Yeah.
that's part of the reason because the supply has boomed because cars are being repoed and sales are very slow. No one's buying new cars, right? So you put all these factors in together and prices are dropping. They have to move inventory. So the prices came down on a bunch of main cars. I don't remember what they were, but all sorts by like 10%. Now, granted, post COVID and post tariff jumps, because I know specifically, at least the car that I bought went up by 3K since I bought it in, I think it was February or
Yeah.
whatever, or early in the year. Um, and so coming back down 3K would put it back where it used to be. So just because they came down doesn't mean they're back to like what we would think of as normal prices. It just probably means they reversed the tariff bumps. But that's not a bad thing. That can be a good thing if you need to buy a car. The things around it, like why? Because there's too much supply, because people aren't buying cars, because those are signs there's like ooh, that's a secondary concern that might actually play into issues. And the defaults on loans are up again, as we talked about before, so that's still a factor. So that means people aren't making their car payments. That's a problem, underlying economic problem that we'll see at some point
Yeah.
weigh in on other stuff like job losses and stuff. Um, Inflation was also up, which is bad if you want interest rates to go up, right, or go down rather. If you want the Fed to cut. If you want the Fed to cut, interest or inflation going up is a bad thing because they won't cut if there's inflation. They would create hyperinflation. They don't want that. Low consumer confidence, another bad sign. So it's like this is where it's like all these things are becoming muddled and mixed and opposite of each other. Like you're getting all these signals like this is an up signal, this is a down signal, right?
Yeah.
Well, you know what that sounds like to me? Stagflation. We talked about this
I
before,
hate
and
it.
you're like, well, what do you do if you're in stagflation? And I told you I have no idea, and no one knows because that's the problem with stagflation. It creates these very mixed signals. So it's very hard to navigate, and everyone gets chopped up for like a decade where it's like, it looks like you should invest. No, you shouldn't invest. You should pull out. Oh, you should be in gold. No, you should be in bonds. No, you should be in equities. No, you can't. And it doesn't matter what you're in, you're going to get chopped up moving money around. Stagflation sucks
Yeah.
and it goes sideways and nothing really goes up over a long period. So it feels like it's going up for 3 months or 6 months, and then it feels like it's going down for 6 months or 3 months or some combination of it, and no one can predict it. So it's hard to get momentum in any direction. No momentum means hard to make the right decision, hard to do things that you're not actively on top of. Meaning you got to be super, super in touch with what's going on to actually make money in any market. And this is what it looks like. This is what it looks like. It looks like a little chaotic and hard to read economic signals. And so I am more worried than I have been that this is stagflation. Might be saying it too early. It might not quite be there officially, but this definitely feels like it. You get it, job issues, loan defaults, but also inflation and GDP rise. Like that's what stagflation is. Um,
Mm-hmm.
so if we have hit that truly, then look for rough times until we kind of break out of it, which will take a while because the signals are just so mixed that things kind of move in these like circular patterns for a while, and you can't really figure it out until something breaks, something cracks the pattern. And I don't see anything like that happening anytime soon. Short of the Fed just aggressively cutting rates and then kicking us into an inflationary pattern, period, because then they can do stuff about that. Um, that's possible. That would cause a lot of pain, I think, at home, grocery prices and things like that.
Yeah.
Um, but at least they know how to deal with that. I don't know, man. It's a tricky thing, and we haven't had stagflation since it was from a macroeconomic standpoint of oil prices and OPEC in the 80s. So, like, the last time we had it, it was because of a global thing that we had no control of or limited control of. And this one is because of our own tariff structure that we've started to put into place. That's probably the most, most weighing on it reason.
Right.
So yeah, and I don't see that changing is my point. Like I don't see them backing down from that. Um, so yeah, it could be a weird, rough time, but it will probably feel kind of like this, where it's like that's a good sign, that's a bad sign, that's a good sign, that's a bad sign. It's gonna be a
Yeah.
little bit of that every other month, every 2 months, every 3 months, whatever it is, and it'll be hard to predict what's going on. So that'll make this fun. Talking about economics every week, I'll be like, this one's a good, this
This
one's a
one's
bad.
bad. This one's good. Back and forth.
Yeah. That's all I got for economics. It's a very weird spot we're in.
Yeah. Well, that's fair. Trying to think.
For cards, it means buy the things you love, play the games you enjoy.
Yeah.
Don't use credit.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Okay. So definitely, I was never considering credit, but I have been thinking back. Like I looked at this set, or when this 2026 roadmap got announced,
Mhm.
I thought about I'll get a case of every play box. I don't know if I want a case of play boxes of Star Trek, or I guess everything else on the set, or maybe not TMNT, if that's what it is. But I don't know. I don't know if I keep doing that, or I switch to these draft night boxes. We'll see. Good question.
It's a tough call. Yeah, I mean,
It's been
first we
like
got to
an it's
see the
been an
price.
easy, yeah. And also just like play boxes aren't what they were. So like the price of them has changed.
The price, the packs, the everything.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was always questioning whether that was a good speculative play.
It's
I mean, I
worked
think we
so
talked about it.
far. And I think they're definitely printing less of them.
Yeah.
Like compared to the amount that they were printing of draft and set combined.
It might be worth looking at your inventory, going through pricing out just that and seeing how much across all the different products you have it's
Right.
gone up.
And
As an
honestly,
average.
I think it would have gone up more if I had spent less. Not more, but percentage wise. If I had spent, instead of getting a case, I just got a collector box or two.
And I'm talking about the play.
No, I know. That's what I'm saying. Like, instead of getting a case of play, percentage wise, I would have done better if I had put that money into collector boxes.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
I guarantee that
Yeah.
is true.
Yeah.
Like that was the thing, is that I was saying way back, like collectors, you're gonna make money.
Yeah.
Play, it's a speculative play. Like we don't know.
Yes.
You
Yeah.
might
Yeah.
not. Yeah.
I
And I
haven't
think across all
lost
the
any.
sets, you're probably positive, but it's probably only like 10%,
Yeah.
15%, like a small amount
It's a small
across
amount.
all the
Yeah.
sets. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. And it's like, how long do you have to hold before that becomes a reasonable return to make it make sense,
Right.
right?
Well, yeah. And then so you have the outliers like Lord of the Rings, right? So I was buying those back at like 140. Now they're like 260.
Yeah, you're gonna have the winners, and then you're gonna have the losers,
And that's like
and
the
then you'll have
largest.
everything in
And then the
between.
losers are like Aether Drift I got for 100 and they're like 80, 90.
Yeah.
So
So my
like,
guess is your average is only 10% over the entire time, and then
which
you still
isn't,
have
still
to
isn't
get
bad
rid of them. Well, it is if you want to get rid of them,
comparatively. Yeah. 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 Yeah.
because it costs to ship them out and
Yes.
all
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
stuff
Yeah.
feeds on that.
Yeah.
So now that said, I don't think your plan was 1 year. And how long have you
No,
been
no,
doing
no.
it? It's like
It's
1 year,
been a
right?
year. It's been a year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's too
Not
early to
even.
really
Yeah.
judge.
No, no.
Yeah.
No. But they keep
Yeah.
shaking things up on me. So it's like, I keep
It's hard to,
questioning the path.
yeah. The path has changed because the product is different now,
Yeah.
and the competition of other
Final
types of
Fantasy was a
products
huge
is
win. Like
different.
I grabbed those for 140.
Yeah.
Spider-Man still a win. I grabbed those for 140. Even though they're at 160, but like that's the lowest they've been. So I don't know. It'll be
And you
interesting.
won't for 3 years.
What?
That's the problem. You won't
Oh,
know
yeah.
for
Yeah.
years.
Yeah. Yeah. And also
That's
just
how it
like
goes.
I was looking at just the space that I have. Because like
That's a big
that's
factor.
That's 7 play cases a year. That's a lot of space.
That is a lot. That is a lot.
So I would need to move around some things.
Yeah. Oh, that's why one of the reasons I folded on it. I was like, there's too much space being taken up here.
Yeah. Yeah. So I may move to a collector box or two, but we'll see. I have a hard time pulling the trigger on collector boxes when they're this high.
Yeah, that's the fact that they're so high from the day one.
Yeah.
Like day one of pre-release listings, they're so high. It's stupid.
Yeah. It's interesting. Weird time.
Yep.
But keeps getting weirder.
Yep.
And then Pokemon I thought would dip a little bit. Nope.
Nope. Still going.
Getting stupider and stupider. I'll never understand. We've done this podcast for so long, and
yep. I don't know. I feel like I have a good sense of it. I feel like most of our calls are right. You know, we make some mistakes, but I feel like we're generally correct. We've seen enough. Now, the timing is always the tricky part, right?
Yes,
but no one's perfect at timing the markets. That's impossible.
No.
So then it's just about being patient, buying and being patient.
Yeah. How long can you be patient? Which was the kind of the idea of the play boxes.
Well, and that's the thing.
It worked
that was
out
a conversion
well.
From a sell. You got out of a bunch of Pokemon stuff at a great exit point.
Oh, most of that went into collector boxes.
And you got into something else, which will take time to accumulate. Like it's just
cycle.
You gotta live through the cycle.
Yeah.
Don't let the emotions drive it. Just stick with the plan and keep doing it. Now I understand you're questioning the plan. So
yeah.
I don't know. I never thought play boxes was the way because that is a toy product, right? That's not a collectible product.
Sure.
Now, can some of them be collectible? Lord of the Rings, sure. Yes.
Yeah.
Final Fantasy. That is a very tricky game to play because you have to figure out which ones are going to be the best. You have to know. You have to get ahead of the cost, which is hard because if they're high demand, they go up fast. Right, like so. That's why
you have a window, and
you are really gambling at that point because the chances of you beating every one of those variables on the ones that matter very difficult.
Right.
So that's where I see it as too much of a gamble, and I'm not interested in it. But you know, if you are willing to wait, those boxes will probably sell for higher prices in 5 years. Like
for sure,
hard, right? So who cares? Like if you're willing to wait.
Yeah. No, that's the timeline for them. So we got a little over 4 more years to go. Collector boxes, we'll see, because they've already done stupid things.
Yeah, you could probably cycle those quicker.
Yeah. Those I could start cycling like April next year.
Yes, I mean there's no downturn. You should be good to double or more your money on everything.
Most of them for sure. Even murders, honestly, at this point, is getting close.
They're crazy. They're just insane.
Cool. Well, that's all I got. If the world's still spinning next week, we'll catch you guys later.
Have a good one.